Hello there and welcome back to another gluten-free and yeast-free baking video. How are we doing today? Today I'm going to be making Sorted Foods strawberry shortcake, but of course it's going to be gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free. I watched the video of them reviewing this recipe and how they would change it, and what Jamie said was that he would do the base from the original recipe but do everything that Ben did on top as the topping. So just as a quick warning, there are several parts to this recipe, so let's get on with it, shall we? For your shortcake you will be needing some scales, some measuring spoons, a knife, some scissors, some spray oil, a pastry brush, a serving plate, a sieve, a large mixing bowl, a wooden spoon or an electric hand whisk, a chopping board and a cooling rack, a spatula, some baking paper, and finally 6-7 centimetre ramekins. And for your ingredients you will be needing 225 grams of butter softened to room temperature. I like to use lactose-free butter. 100 grams of caster sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 225 grams of gluten-free self-raising flour sifted, a pinch of salt, and 150 grams of white chocolate. I like to use lactose-free chocolate, chopped into small pieces. For your whipped cream you will be needing a measuring jug, some scales, a spatula, a large mixing bowl and a wooden spoon or an electric hand whisk. And for your ingredients you will be needing 95 grams of cream cheese. I am using lactose-free soft cheese, and 95 millilitres of cream. Again, I like to use lactose-free cream. For your blueberry compote you will be needing some scales, a spatula, a trivet, although this is completely optional, a lemon squeezer, again this is completely optional, and a saucepan. And for your ingredients you will be needing approximately 135 grams of blueberries, although I just used the whole box that was there, the juice of half a lemon, and 100 grams of caster sugar. For your syrup you will be needing a measuring jug, a trivet, again this is completely optional, a spatula and a frying pan. And for your ingredients you will be needing some fruit cider. Mine is alcohol free and measures at 330 millilitres, and 18 blackberries. And for your decoration you will be needing a knife, some scissors, a pencil, a trivet, again this is completely optional, a chopping board, a baking tray and some baking paper. And for your ingredients you will be needing some honey, 4 plums quartered and destoned, and 6 strawberries, the tops removed and sliced. Let's go! First things first, measure out and prepare all of your ingredients so that they're completely ready for you to use, and then preheat your oven to 150 degrees C on a conventional oven, 130 degrees C on a fan oven, or gas mark 2. Now that this is all done, let's prepare our ramekins and our tray. So for this we will be needing our baking tray, our ramekins, our baking paper, our scissors, our pencil and spray oil. So to first prepare our baking tray, all we are going to do is take out our baking paper. Had to think then, I've done it enough times, I should know by now. Get in there. Place our baking tray on top of our baking paper, as close to the edge as possible so that we waste as little paper as possible. You fit? Yes, you fit, okay. And now using our pencil we are just going to draw around the bottom of our baking tray. And now we're going to cut this out. And seeing as we've got the spray oil, I'm just going to give the baking tray a quick spritz just to be able to keep the baking paper down while I get on with the rest of the stuff I've got to do. With the side you drew on facing down, so that's this way. Oh, come on mate, work with me here. There we go. And then to prepare our ramekins, we're just going to clear this lot up for a start. And then I'm actually just going to see if I've got any spare that I can use. This might probably work. Let's see that. Have a look. Yep, That'll work. Okay, so I'm going to place my ramekin to the side of the baking paper, just so that the edge touches it. And then you don't really need a pen or a pencil for this point. You just need to snip the end in line with the edge. Remove your ramekin. Finish cutting that line. Put this away. And then I'm going to measure this out to see how big the edges are. Quite big, so this can be trimmed down quite a lot. So say there and there. Put those off to the side. There's a lot of putting off to the side at this point. Give the ramekin a quick spray of oil. Using our pastry brush, spread that round all around the inside of our ramekin. Place our baking paper inside. This will help it just stick down. There we go. Now, I personally like to give the baking paper a quick spritz of oil, so I'm just going to repeat brushing it like we did the inside of our ramekins. There we go. So repeat this with the rest of your ramekins and then place them off to the side until you're ready to bake. So now that we've done all that nasty prep work, it is now time to begin actually making our shortcake. So for this we will be needing our butter, our sugar, our vanilla extract, our large mixing bowl, our spatula and our wooden spoon or electric hand whisk. So to begin with, all we are going to do is place our butter into our mixing bowl. Get off. Scraping down the sides as per normal. And now we're going to sprinkle on our caster sugar. And now we're going to add our vanilla extract. And now we're going to mix these together until they are light and fluffy. So now that this is all done, we are going to need our flour and our salt. So now we're just going to add in all of our flour. And our salt. So now we're going to mix these together until well combined. So now that this is all done, grab your white chocolate. So now we are just going to add all of our milk chocolate chips, white chocolate to our mixture. I don't know how I got that wrong. The colour's different, for goodness sake. And now we're going to mix these together until they are well combined. When I think it's close to finishing, or actually really close to finishing, I'm actually just going to scrape down the sides of my mixing bowl and then mix it one final time for good luck. But you're going to see that, so I don't know why I'm bothering to tell you. But let's just get mixing. So now I'm just going to scrape down the sides of my bowl so I don't lose any more than I have to. Come on now. And then I'm going to mix one final time for good luck. So now that this is all done, grab your ramekins. So now we are going to place our mixture evenly between our ramekins. Sort you out there, and oh, come on love, behave. One. So now that these are all ready, I'm going to place them into my preheated oven for 15 to 25 minutes, and I will know when these are cooked because they will be light brown in colour, but they may be a little bit soft in the middle, but this hardens as they cool. So now that my ramekins are out of the oven on a cooling rack and being left to cool completely, it is now time to begin making our cream. So for this you are going to be needing your cream, your soft cheese or cream cheese, whatever you could find, a spatula, a large mixing bowl and a whisk or an electric hand whisk. We are going to first of all place all of the cream into our mixing bowl. Scraping down the sides as normal. Oh. So to start with, I'm just going to whisk this together until it starts to thicken up a bit. So now that that's started to thicken up, I'm now going to add my cream cheese or soft cheese to my mixture. And now I'm going to whisk this together until it starts to form stiff peaks, checking constantly, stopping and starting to see where it is, because you can overbeat this and I don't really want that to happen. So how are you doing? Soft peaks, we're getting there. Okay, everything just went completely wrong. The cake went to mush in the oven. I had it in for an extra 15 minutes and it still wouldn't cook. The cream seems to have separated and just turned to complete gloop and not turned solid or stiff in any way, shape or form. I'm not going to bother doing the compote or the syrup because there's just no point to it, as I'm not actually making the cake. So what I'm going to do is leave it, go away and give the recipe a try again on my own, and then when I actually perfect it, put the actual working recipe up. Pride is actually telling me not to put this up, but you know, stuff happens. It all fails, it all goes to rubbish every once in a while, and I have most odds against me. I am gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free. Other than putting eggs in front of that, or soy, you can't get more against you. So I'm going to leave it there, and that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Check out all the links in the description, as I love them all and wouldn't put them there if I didn't. Let me know in the comments of anything else gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free you'd like to see me make on this channel. And finally, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye!